Everybody. And first of all, I want to say hello. I'm new to this stream of Riverside. This is actually my first time being familiarized with this app, and I think that so far it seems to be a pretty nice app for me. I think that I'm going to enjoy it here. Again, I'm new. My name is Lavonda Ray, and the show today is called the Here and Now podcast, which I have it on other platforms. And today's topic is about positive energy and living in the present. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to do whatever you got to do. Give you guys about a couple minutes to go, I don't know, light a cigarette or get a cup of coffee or just sit in the chat. I just kind of want to set the atmosphere. One thing about me, I really love jazz music. So I'm just going to play a little something and let's just see what happens. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I guess you can say voices. To me, it's so important to be positive and to live in the presence of positivity. You can't go wrong. So right now I would like to take a moment to embrace a little bit about my podcast. It's called The Here and Now because we are here. The time is now and we're together and this is definitely meant to be, you know. So if I do what I want to share, like, hey, she did that shit, she's trying and I'm not perfect and I don't expect for you guys to think that I'm other than that. Yes, we're not. But to start the evening with our daily dose, I just wanted to give you guys a few seconds so I can once again set the atmosphere for a little jazz for about 5, 6 seconds just to set the room. Um, some people may think this is a waste of computer time and internet time, and I really don't give a shit. However, I feel like having a peaceful jazz kind of sets the mood for me. I'm a jazz person, so it's good. positive energy and live me that. You know, so the one thing, the first thing that I would like to do is to let's all take a moment to reset your day. You know, the day's over with. It's 7:30 at night. So the things that you did today, can we reset that? Like not go back in the past, but I'm saying reset our minds to let go of what happened earlier at 8 o'clock this morning. That is not something that we're going to deal with at 8 o'clock at night. You feel me? It is to reset your mind, you know, to reset your energy, to reset your day. And, I wake up a lot of mornings and every morning, I'm sorry, I wake up every morning if God is willing. And I ask myself this question: am I going to be able to deal with these people in the world today? And I say, yes, I am, and I can, because their opinions are not who I am. So what anyone thinks about you or how they think they know you, that's not who you are. You are who you are. And some people try to take that away from you or try to dummy you down, but understand that you are you and there's nothing better than yourself. You are, you know, the above the average. You're not just average. And to keep positive energy and to live in the presence, there's one thing that I'm real strong about, and I believe that it starts with saying fuck them, fuck it. If they don't like it, hey, toodles, whoop de doo, fuck it, because you can't keep in positive energies if you're worried about what a person thinks or a person, place, or things that literally drain you, right? So if these things are draining you, then you can't go into the future because there are things that are in your past that you keep allowing to spin the block and drain you. And we don't want that. You don't want that. You know, and the thing is, as you start, look for that inner peace and self peace, self love, you have to stand in your truth. You know what I mean? Your truth is putting belt to ass or clock it, as they say, clock it. You know, you have to do that in order to keep your peace, and there are some things in our life that happens to us that just froze us, that stuck us in the mud, right? And we found ourselves in a situation, and this event just froze us for this moment. And like I said, it was sticking you in the mud. We were stuck in the mud trying to figure out all these things that happened to you, and trying to understand it understand that while you're going through this moment, while you're trying to have a peaceful mindset, while you're trying to have positive energy, all these negative things seem to want to come at you back and forth, back and forth. Your exes want to pop up that you let go a long time ago. Now all of a sudden he's or him or her is inboxing you, and the old friends that you didn't fuck with because they betrayed you in some type of way, they just generally wasn't a good friend. And now they want to spin back. But see, the thing is, spinning back, they want to spin back, or people want to come back into your life that meant you no good. And now that you're trying to do good and stay positive, isn't it funny how people come back around? But see, the thing is, you can only let them come around if you allow them to spin that block and re-hurt you again. Because I've never been a fan of being hurt. I don't know anyone that is a fan of being hurt, because being hurt can fuck you up in so many ways. It can fuck you up mentally, physically, and emotionally. So what do? You have to say, hey, listen, I'm on the road to better, and you're not making me better. And in order for me to have a positive energy in my life, I gotta let that not so better shit go, right? Because was it really worth it? Are they really worth having around? Is that situation really worth having? I don't know. Probably not, right? More than likely, it's not. You know what I mean? More than likely, it was meant for that to break, not shatter. Because understand the difference. Someone can break you, and just because you've been broken, you can be fixed. But when it's shattered, it's kind of hard to fix a shattered plate. It's almost fucking impossible. It is fucking impossible. You take a fine glass and you throw that motherfucker on the ground, it shatters. But then you take another glass or a plate and you break it, just like this, and you break it, you can glue that bitch back together, piece by piece, just like your heart, your mind, and your truth. You build it back up, and so as you build up, you know, there are things that I can recall. I can recall in my life where I felt challenged and a little defeated, and I felt like there was no positivity there, and I felt so defeated and so challenged that I wanted to stop. And let me be clear, I don't mean stop like take my life, because as I will share a million times, your life is valuable, and there will be moments in your life where you just feel like stopping, but I tell you, you can't stop, because stopping means you don't get to hear the end of the story. And some of us, we didn't wait, or they didn't wait long enough to find out that there really was a brighter ending, and that event in your life was only there for a lesson, and that if you decide to just stop, that lesson can't be taught, right? And for my viewers, I lived in a box of people pleaser, right? And at that time, when you become a people pleaser, you don't please yourself no more, and it is hell, right? And I had got to a point where things were just getting so heavy, in my opinion, you know, and instead of continuing to feel bad for my situation, I walked in my faith, and as I'm walking in my faith, I'm walking in it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling, you know, I know things will get better. And so the thing is, I couldn't stop, because when you stop, you eliminate any opportunity to grow. And just like my podcast, I was on strong last year for episode after episode after episode, right? And it had got to one point where one day I came to clock in, or sign into my mainstream, and I was blocked out. Like someone had hacked my account. And I was so upset, because all of that writing I did, all of these fans and friends and internet friends that I met on the internet was gone. It was like someone just chopped that up. And I'm like, this is hell. And I fell down for a moment. I stopped. And I'm a writer. For those who don't know, you don't know. I would tell you, I am a writer. I've published 11 books and continue. And you can find me on, you know, Amazon, or just Google my name, Lavonda Marshall. And I stopped, you know, because I was like, I've done all this, and all of a sudden I had writer's blog, and all these other events was going on in my life, and the time that I had personally put away to speak to the world, I stopped. I didn't do it anymore. And I missed for a moment. I missed that what could have been a greater journey than I'm on now, that would have been greater. But guess what? We learned for those things, and I don't cry about it. I moved on. I picked up that sword, right? And I stuck my chest out, right? And it was something I wanted, and I wanted it back. So I rebirthed my show to the Here and Now podcast. And my moment was here. The time is now. And as long as you have air in your lungs in life, you still have life. Life is always going to keep life. The one thing about life that I realized that it never stops until you die. And as long as you're on earth, that there is so many things that you can avenues is forever young. Right? You know, and with knowing that you have to know that sometimes life is gonna come where we wake up stressed, wake up with anxiety. You know, it's sometimes anxiety towards the future, and the future hasn't even become us yet. So I have an idea. For me, I'll share with you guys because you guys are my friends, and I love you guys because love is real, you know. But I want to share with you guys love, some of my ideas. And let me be clear: I am not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I am just a woman with a lot of experience with life, and that hoping that I can have that experience with people alike. You know. So that's what I because you know I love it. So sometimes are stressful. I think it's a good thing maybe to see, if you stick to this 5 minutes a day, every morning that you wake up, the good vibes is guaranteed. Like, for instance, you wake up 7, I'm early bird, so I'm up at 7, 7:30. Wake up, hit that playlist of that positive music, whether it's gospel music, your favorite rock band, your favorite R&B band, your favorite jazz song. I get me. And you put that on, right? And then you make sure that if you're a breakfast eater like myself, get you a healthy breakfast. You know, my ideal breakfast that's healthy to me, and it's probably not healthy because we know that pork isn't healthy. So I'm not going to talk about healthy eating, but a good breakfast because I'm still working on eating better. I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. So you guys understand that I'm still working on eating better. So, but a great breakfast for me, a healthy start breakfast for me is a wonderful breakfast, whether that's bagel and a coffee or pancakes and bacon and eggs and sausage or just a pancake or just English muffin. Whatever floats your boat or toots your horn, as you get that breakfast in you. Now, mind you, let's picture it. You got the breakfast going, whether it's a nice cup of coffee, set the stage now. Nice cup of coffee, caffeinated or the other kind, and got your coffee, you got your music, you're feeling groovy, all right? So already you got two things ahead of you. And as you're getting yourself dressed and that music's playing, you feed yourself positive things. If you wear makeup or if you don't, whatever you do to your face, you wash your face in the morning and you're saying, oh, yes, God is good. I am blessed. I am here. I made it another day. Splash that cool water in your face and take in that moment. Open up your curtains, open up your blinds, let the sun shine. And if the sun's not shining, just open it up for the light because it's a new day, and you let go of all of yesterday. You're not gonna bring yesterday into the next day, right? Because what it would do, drain you, drain you. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep it pretty, keep it beautiful, keep the good vibes. So you get in a routine of doing positive things every time you wake up, even when you don't get a full 8 hours of sleep. And I don't even know if that's because I don't even get 8 hours of sleep. That's just my ideal of sleep. 8 hours. I guess if you go to bed like at 8, you wake up at 8, you got a damn good sleeping pattern. But if you're the average, you get your 4 or 5 hours of sleep. You get up, you let go of yesterday because you can't change that. You can't get that time back. It's gone. Goodbye. You can't get it back. You can't get it back. You cannot get time back because it's gone. You can't get it back. You can only let go forward. And so for me, I do three things: relax, reload, and rethink. You know, I relax. And sometimes when you're feeling anxious, I know this sounds so cliche. People like, that shit works. That shit works. For some, you know, me, it works for me when I gotta be medicated. See, okay, so I'm not against, having medicine to help me cope with my everyday living. Okay, we all need a little push, but I will tell you, even when I have been at my darkest, I still found motivation when I had less than zero energy. I found something to be happy about. Oh no, my hair grew. Or, my gosh, this outfit looks really great on me. And I found something positive in me because it's in there, right? Uh, you take that. And you're going in the morning. Capture those 5 minutes, and you're doing this every day for 30 days. Maybe 30 days of good vibes, 30 days of good vibes, 30 days of that. So, because, the more you practice, the positive you just, it's easy for someone to say, hey, if you do things this way, this is going to work. But, everybody has their own journey. You know, I went through something that I'm going to share with you guys. It's not, well, it's more like a testimony, you know, and just letting my viewers know that I'm human and that I go through shit, right? But about, I don't know, maybe year and a half, I was in a situation to where I had to choose to survive or fall with the way of the tide. And surviving meant, losing friends. Surviving meant starting over and being able to understand that whatever happened, happened. And it wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. It wasn't something that I wanted to happen, but it happened. And as I struggle to understand that sometimes we are chosen to do things and we don't understand why. And sometimes things happen to us and we beat ourselves up wondering, why did this happen? When we'll probably never get the true answer on why it happened. But I fell into a great dark depression. And, as a lot of people in the world, depression hits you like a dark cloud. It just comes. And it's almost how you handle it and how you come out in the end because you will come out. Now, some people don't come out as fast, and some people take a little longer. And if you hear this barking, it's because I have this fucking dog next door to my home. It's a canine, and he's being rude as shit. Just like his barking, you know, just off the subject. If you hear this dog, I have a dog. Okay, I have a chihuahua. She's small. This is a fucking canine dog. Okay, this bitch dog. I don't like her, and I love animals, but I don't like it because this dog is aggressive. My dog can't even be a fucking dog. That's just beside the point because barking. See, again, I have to practice not focusing on that. You can tell it's a big and going on. But those are things that step into my way. They kind of distract you a little bit, but it's not going to distract me. Hello, somebody. And I went through this dark moment of, down on myself, not appreciating the things that I actually should have been happy for because it could have been a lot worse. Um, so I went through this phase of maybe it is, I don't really care how this works. And then that I don't care went from I don't care to being angry, to being distant, to then becoming more like I lost, a lot of friends and people to talk to because no one wanted to deal with my stank ass attitude. Can you believe it? My stank ass attitude didn't get you anywhere. And I'll tell you one thing about that. You know, if you go through life angry all the time, I don't know how you can do it. I don't know how you can just be angry every day. You're waking up banging at breakfast. You're mad at lunch. You're angry about the common things that happen in life instead of taking how beautiful life is and understanding that it's your life and you only get one. So you got to be very, very mindful of the choices you make because one choice can change the whole life that you had planned for yourself. Because it's all about decision making. If you make the wrong decision, it could potentially hurt you for the rest of your life. Um, and making good decisions and potentially keep your future on the float. But I went through a dead, dark moment in my life, and the thing that kept me afloat was one, I woke up every day, which means that I had to keep trying, that it wasn't over for me. Two, I kept my faith, and I kept walking in it and believing in it, and then I did not worry about what was behind me because the past is what brought me here, right? So just remember that, we all have our crosses to bear. In life, in order to live life, you gotta grow up. Now, some people never grow up. And for those who did not grow up, I hope that you grow up soon because life is still twirling. It's still life. And before making any decisions that could cost you a life full of changes, think about where you truly want to end up. Think about, do you want to be at peace 95% of your life? Or do you want to be in strife and struggle? I don't think no one wants to be in strife and to struggle. So, as a conclusion to my show, I wanted to say that I appreciate anyone, everyone, or no one that was listening. And to be able to get on another platform, spread my word, feels good to me. I'm a happy person, and I want you to remember that you're special. And the reason why you can continue to live abundant life is because you control your mind. You can control right what's in front of you. If you can't control anything else, you can control your mind, your emotions, and your future because you are the award. You know, some people don't think they're an award. You are. And life would be shitty without you. I tell you, life would suck if you wasn't around to maybe smile the way you smile, give that cheerful laugh that you give. You're needed, you're wanted, and you deserve to be heard. So, as a closing thought, just remember that no matter how hard the road gets, no matter what people try to put labels on you, control your environment because you are the king or you're the queen of your own thing. And if there are some things in life that you're working on trying to get away from, keep working at it. You're still alive and you matter. You know, if you're tired of crying, you're tired of that old relationship, that funky ass job, water your plants a little. Spread your seeds out. Get to know who you are. I guarantee you'll win every time. When you're anxious, take a deep breath, relax, reload, relive. It's all possible. Thank you.